President Barbara Wilson reflects on 2 years at the UI, and later, it's homecoming week on campus.
Frustration surrounds the Hawkeye football team.
Sunshine and a slight breeze for your Wednesday.
This is DITV News at 8:30. Good morning. We are live on the DailyIowan.com and KRUI 89.7 FM. I'm Abigail Kurten. Students are working toward increasing accessibility in the main library and Hardin Library. Iowa has asked UI students for disability advocacy and awareness to give their suggestions on how to make spaces like the main library accessible to those with disabilities. The current issues students wish to address include broken door sensors and inconsistent lighting, both of which can cause difficulties for students with disabilities. Renovations are still in the early stages. The Daily Iowan spoke with Barbara Wilson to reflect on her role as president. DITV News Director Ashley Wheel asked Wilson about her accomplishments and goals.
I just want to emphasize that I couldn't do anything without great people all around me, great teams, great people in the colleges, in the provost office, and great students who really do make this job a lot more fun and who contribute all the time to our good ideas.
Wilson emphasized the UI strategic plan as a huge accomplishment. She focused on the UI's commitment to mental and physical health and how that sets us apart from other universities. Wilson reflected how it has been a goal of hers to talk to students on campus.
Well, I've met with a lot of people, and I continue to meet with a lot of people. So last year, I made sure that I spent time in every college.
Wilson also met with students for meals at the president's residence. Last year, she hosted over 390 students in small groups. These students included undergrad, graduate, and professional students focusing on student leaders. She also spoke on goals going forward.
There are goals around retention and graduation rates for students. There's a goal for raising more scholarship funding for students. There's a goal to increase our research portfolio, so all of those will keep us very busy.
We also discussed more topics including Iowa athletics, student loans, and free speech. Keep an eye out on the DailyIowan.com and on DITV for more on her responses. From the University of Iowa, Ashley Wheel, DITV.
With recent anti-Semitic comments from famous rapper Kanye West, major brands like Adidas have dropped their sponsorships with the star. Students on campus share their thoughts on West and his comments.
I mean, it's hard to defend Kanye, but he made graduation, so you gotta
I'm just not a big fan, and I never will be. And the fact that people are now dropping their sponsorships with him, I think that's totally fair, and I'm just not a big supporter.
Forbes said the end of the deal decreased West's net worth to $400 million, valuing his lost share of the Adidas partnership at $1.5 billion. Gap, who ended its partnership with West in September, also made it clear that they will start taking steps to remove Yeezy products from stores. Hawkeyes are coming home this week. The annual homecoming traditions are bringing Hawkeyes together in celebration all week long. On Monday, UI engineers constructed the annual corn monument featuring 2 golden arches in front of the old Capitol that represents the connection between Iowa City and the UI. On Thursday, groups across campus will perform at Iowa Shout on the Pentacrest. And on Friday, the annual homecoming parade will feature entries from UI student groups and organizations, the Alumni Marching Band, the Iowa Spirit Squad, and more. To round out the week, the Hawkeyes will host the Northwestern Wildcats in the annual homecoming football game. Yesterday's homecoming events included the UI's Multicultural and International Student Support and Engagement Block Party. The event featured different multicultural student organizations showcasing the importance of their representation on campus.
As a mixed student, it was really intimidating walking onto campus and just being surrounded by a lot of, for lack of a better term, white people. I just felt very excluded and very singled out.
Representation can make a big difference to people that need to see that in other places.
There were food vendors from local restaurants representing the different cultures on campus, performances by student organizations, and even llamas. Now, Johnny, the wind has picked up the last couple of days. Will we see the gusts continue today and into homecoming?
Well, Abigail, the wind has died down for now. Currently, it's 37 degrees in Iowa City. Now, looking at the live shot of blue skies and colorful trees by Pentecrest, and we will see plenty of sunshine and a slight breeze and a high of 59 today. Tonight, we'll see a chillier low of 36. Tomorrow, we'll get back up to the 60s for the high, and that's where the highs will stay for the remainder of the week, and lows will only touch in the 30s. Meteorologists are predicting multiple storms to hit the northwest United States in the coming days. The weather pattern shifted last week, which could see an additional 5 storms hit states such as Oregon and Washington, with the storm bringing an estimated 3 to 6 inches of rain to the region. The Northwest will rejoice as they continue to fight a drought that started back in May.
Iowa football is in a place where no successful team wants to be, without a quarterback. The common saying is if you have 2 quarterbacks, you actually have none. And it doesn't look like we'll be finding out who will step under center until Saturday's game.
We haven't made a decision yet, and I'm not sure when we will. We're letting both guys work with the ones, rotating them in and out, and so we'll just kind of play that out and make a decision here during the week.
Iowa hasn't scored a touchdown in their last 28 offensive possessions, and with the Hawkeye defense playing at an elite level, the anger isn't only being felt by the fans.
At the end of the day, like we see the defense busting that for us, and I think we just as an offense, we have to look at those guys and hold ourselves accountable. Like are we really doing everything we can to really help those guys out? Because I know it's frustrating for them. I feel for those guys at times too.
Like we have to pick up our end. It's not like it's a question at this point. We know what the defense is doing. They're holding up their end every game. So now it's our time to do it. So we all come together collectively.
Kirk Ferentz and offensive coordinator Brian Ferentz have been receiving a ton of heat, not only from fans on social media, but also from the national media. After being, quote, interrogated after Saturday's game, Coach Ferentz wasn't too fond of a particular Ohio State reporter.
I said, man, as bad as today was, it could have been worse, because I could have been that guy. You know, I could have been that guy, like had his job and had to act like he did. So, yeah, it could be a hell of a lot worse, right? Things aren't all bad.
Iowa faces a 1-win Northwestern team this weekend for their homecoming game, and if they can't beat this lacking Wildcat squad, Iowa fans can give up all hope of seeing their Hawkeyes come bowl season. And the Iowa women's basketball superstar Caitlin Clark received even more preseason hardware. DITV Sports Director Michael Merrick has more.
Nancy Lieberman, Point Guard of the Year, preseason All Big Ten, preseason Big Ten Player of the Year, and now she is listed as one of 2 players to be named a unanimous preseason All-American this season. The award list seems to be never-ending when talking about Iowa native Caitlin Clark. Clark has received attention and praise from everyone in the nation with her jaw-dropping play, but she doesn't let all this noise into her head.
If you know Caitlin off the court, she's probably one of the goofiest individuals I've ever been around. She's humble, she's fun, you enjoy being around her.
And I feel like I'm just still the same person, going out and doing what I love every single day, and that just brings so much joy to me, and I hope I never lose that, because that's what I love about the game of basketball. Like, I truly love it. I don't play for the attention or for people to tweet about me. I play because I love it. I get to play with my best friends, and that's, you know, the best part about it.
Clark and her best friends will take the court together for the first time this season on Friday for their exhibition against Nebraska Kearney. From the University of Iowa, Michael Merrick, DITV Sports.
And the Iowa women's field hockey team hasn't played in Iowa City since October 2nd, when they scraped out a win against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Recently, their lack of offense has made them losers of their last 3 matches, as they now sit at 3-4 in conference play. However, they have the chance to clean up this mess during their senior night matchup against Michigan State. Senior starts Ante Nizel, Grace McGuire, and Loka Strybos, with 4 other fifth-year seniors will be recognized at the event and played their last game at Grant Field. The Spartans come in at 1-6 in conference play. Back to you, Abigail.
Thanks for tuning into the Daily Iowan. Be sure to head over to thedailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday. Have a great Wednesday.